So we are into April. The really cold evenings seem to have stopped. Hopefully, I got some tulips that are peeking out of the ground as the snow melts. So I'm feeling a little bit more springy than I had been in the last couple of weeks when it was getting to, minus 10, 11, 12, 15 at night. Tonight's gonna be minus 5. We have a little bit of a weather warning for some serious freezing rain, like 40 to 50 mils of freezing rain. So I'm a little bit worried about that, but otherwise I'm really excited because today is going to be an unboxing video. As most of you know, this is my first real year flower farming, and I ordered some plugs in from the Jolly Farmer, and I'm going to go through what most of those are and unbox these lovely live plants that showed up today. So let's get started. Ironically, apparently you've got to open this box the right way. Oh, I'm so excited! This is my first tray. This is my Lisianthus. That is the Flare Deep Rose. It's a beautiful, beautiful pink color, and I am so excited for this one. Look at it. It's even still a bit damp. They came in perfect. All the plugs are intact. Nothing is spilled out. Set number 1. Well, let's see what else is in the box. Section number 2 is some yarrow. It's the summer berries. They're looking a little bit flat, but perfect. And they're all intact, and I am super excited to see these guys go in the ground because I have a lot of white and a little bit of summer berry and some yellow. And so I'll be really happy to see these pull up and give me some extra great, beautiful filler. Time for number 3. Number 3. So these are gonna pull out in smaller strips, but this is Gravinia Sweet Caroline. These are really beautiful. Look how tall they're standing. That's amazing. And so I have a couple other strips that are exactly that size. And one is my Mahogany Splendor hibiscus. So I'm really excited to work with this. And then this is another Gravinia. I believe this is a different one. It's Sweet Femini. So we'll see what these look like together. I just have to come back for a second. Can you see the color on these? This is beautiful. Ah, so excited. All right, and the second side here. This is a lovely tray of Snapdragons. These are a white variety. I'm hoping to be able to find some really great ways to use these. So yeah, this looks amazing. Look at this. Such a lush green. Oh my God, it's perfect. All right, onward and upward, folks. Let's keep going. right, so here I've got some Iris Dilby Bronze Rose. I guess it's short of being a full tray. This was a last minute order to try to get rid of the partial tray charge. And this is the Ostratum Gelato Passion. So I'm super excited for these. Whew, almost done one box. Looks like these ones took a little tumble. I got a couple of the plugs hanging out, but they look pretty still intact. These are Eucalyptus Silver Dollar. I had a lot of trouble growing these myself, and I really love eucalyptus, and I'm hoping to try some this year, so I ordered quite a bit. So with that, we have emptied box number 1. That was amazing. It's time to move on to box number 2. So this was my first year, and one of the things I really wish I had been able to order more of, or to bring in more corms of, was ranunculus. So this is just the pastel mix. It's a small tray. I also have another full one in here when I get to it. And this beautiful, gorgeous heuchera. And I'm like totally in love with the color of the frilly heuchera. Ah, hey! I'm getting excited. We're getting over halfway through, so we'll be at the end soon. Another beautiful tray of snapdragons. These look amazing, and they're a coral bicolor. I really love this color, so I'll be super excited to see how these grow on. Look how lush it is. Oh, and it's got that beautiful smell. Oh, it makes me so excited to run my fingers. All right. Whew. These beauties are my second tray of Lisianthus. These ones are the Roseanne Clear Green. They're this beautiful chartreuse type color. And I have some apricot growing here myself and some Roseanne Brown. Not very many. I wasn't super successful, but probably like 30 or 40 plants. But then I have the deep rose and the lovely Roseanne Green. Look how lush they look. I'm just going to show you this in comparison to the ones I grew. Because the ones I grew are not bad, but they're not this big, beautiful set. Like, look at this. These look healthy, these look fine, but they're just so much smaller. And these were started at the beginning of January here, so I'm excited for this. The Lizzie babies are here. All right, down to the last half of the last box. So I've got 2 strips here. This is of a Marvel Rose Salvia, which I totally was in love with. And this is a Queenie Lime Achillea, I think. Let me double check the tag. It's just pulled. It's Queenie Purple Achillea. So I'll be excited to see what this turns into and how beautiful it gets. But I love the color of this Marble Rose Salvia. It's just gorgeous. All right, we're almost through it all. We're almost through it all. And here it is. This is the full tray of the pastel ranunculus that I was looking for. So I've got a tray and a strip, so it'll give me a fair amount. Not as much as I would like to grow, but definitely a lot. Oh, that's a friend of my husband's. He's flying his plane around here. He's got a similar Lascombe. They tend to like these vintage airplanes, and they're quite loud when they fly low. But anyway, back to this. Oh, I can't wait to see how it perks up once it's under some lights for a little bit. Let's get down to business and look at the last ones. So what we're going to find here is a handful of strips. This is a geranium. It is ivy white. I'm super excited because I love geraniums. And I just want to kind of see how they're going to work for me this year and what I might use them in. But I got them kind of for me because I love them. All right. And the last items from this lovely box are these babies. This one here, as you guessed it, this is an Indian summer heuchera. It is so vibrant and gorgeous. I love it so much. And this last one is my, just a second here, my hands are a little bit full. And this last one here is Fancy Chrome Fountain. I'm really thinking this is going to make a beautiful bit of a filler for me, so we'll see how it goes. But I'm looking for things that give texture and color and a whole different kind of like structure. And I just love this kind of frosted color. So I'm really excited to work with this. I can't get over it. Look at this. I feel like a spoiled woman. So those are all shelved, and they're on my shelves with some lights, and they'll sit there for tonight, and then I'm going to come in and check on everything tomorrow and break down all the stuff that comes with the packaging. That's probably the only thing I don't like about this right now, because the timing was with the timing. We didn't buy the farm until I think it was the second week of October when we finalized on everything. Didn't leave us a ton of time to get a lot done, and we had a lot of other moving things happening. So this is how I planned this first year. And it might actually be something I repeat. We'll see. I'm really impressed with this. But I'm going to just show you the tray, the whole shelf that these all ended up on. Look at this. So I have all of these up here, all of these, this row here, and this last row here. And then I ran out of space, so I put these on my bench here that while I'm working on things. So I'm gonna have to clean this up and make some space for everything to fit, because I have all my other babies, my snapdragon, some stock, I seeded some calendula, some straw flower, and then all these ones over here. So it's time to get these lights on, time to get myself in the house and my kids ready for bed. The sun is going down. It's about 7:30 here. But I'm excited. It feels like such a good start to the year. Actually, yeah. Oh, I had this whole shelf empty when the stuff arrived from Jolly Farmer, minus that last shelf, which is me just waking up a few dahlia tubers. But I'm so excited. Look at that. So this is the frilly heuchera right here. So it is got the same tones in some ways as the Indian Summer, but you can see there's a bit more purple, there's a bit more orange, there's a lot more vibrancy in the color, and I'm just so thrilled with it. Now you can see it with the lights turned on. So we'll let those sit there for a bit tonight, and then we'll get it under the same rotation that all these other babies have been having. You can see here, this is some Cresspedia that's just started to germinate out well. Let me see, I've got a few baby lupins up here. So I think there's about half of these have germinated so far. Down here, I've got some Iceland poppies. So I'm working on those. This is some Bells of Ireland. I just got a few. These are some veggies for the family. And then up here, you'll see just a mound of sweet peas. I think there's 4 trays worth. And then a few cuttings from dahlias that are just kind of hanging out while we do our thing. Another view of my Lizzie Anthus, another tray of sweet peas, some Chinese forget-me-nots, a few more snapdragons, some stock, and some status. And yeah, it is a full greenhouse, folks. Oh, the season is rolling. I noticed a bunch of my tulips were starting to peek out. Just yesterday, this whole thing was covered in snow. And I uncovered a whole section just to show where they were all coming out. And you can see some of them are really big. We're going to have a bit of a cold night tonight, so I am going to cover them back up. And I'll take this off in a few days when it softens. But you can see there's 3 more beds behind here. These are all still covered in snow. But this one over here, which has garlic in it, that one has got garlic growing up underneath. And it's just kind of exciting to see the growth just starting, considering this was full of snow 24 hours ago. I just have to take a moment and just pause and be grateful, because life is hard sometimes and life feels so intense and all the moments go by so quick. And I have a greenhouse full of beautiful plants that are going to turn into gorgeous flowers that are going to give people joy. And if I learned anything through the pandemic, is that we need things that fill our cups back up, that give us joy, that bring us happiness, that are for us, that aren't about what we need to do, how we need to act, who we need to see, and the ways we need to see them. It just is about a moment of bliss, an enjoyment of color, a field just growing, and taking that in and being grateful for it. Because I have this in my life. And 3 years ago, I didn't. 2 years ago, I didn't. And I had like my own smaller garden. And then I expanded it every single year for multiple years. And now there's, I think, 9 beds, a whole bunch of raised buckets, these beautiful archways that my husband made to fill with vining plants, because it was something that lifted me out. It filled the holes that were showing up at the bottom of that cup and were keeping me drained. And it's just so worth it. And I mean, like, who could take any problems with this beautiful view? The water has opened up, the river is flowing, the sky is pink, the sun is setting, the snow is melting. You can hear the birds. Beautiful. Today I am grateful for this space. And when I look at my weekly gratitude exercise this week, this is something I will mark down. I'm grateful for it, the peace it brings me, the peace it brings my friends who are in need when they need a place to just go and sit. I had a friend come here today, and one of the very first things they said to me was, "Oh my God, I can hear the birds." How do you like your quick contraption, my love? Well, it's boiled off, what, 20 liters or more or so? Just sit with me a moment and just listen. There's a beautiful piece in that. And this. And I look over my house and you know what I see? A perfectly full moon. It all just comes full circle, right? When we get this beautiful space, the calmness, the water, the wind moving. And then you can see my greenhouse right from the deck. You can even see the new buds forming on the trees from here. I'm blessed. Thank you folks for watching.